a lot of stuff in chapter 16, and I think you need to have a little bit of background before you jump into it. So let me talk about number 6 first here, and let's talk about what a probability distribution is. Okay? So if you read question 6, it says you have 3 dimes, 2 nickels, and 4 pennies, which is 9 coins total. Let me just write that down. You have 3 dimes, you have 2 nickels, and you have 4 pennies. Okay. Total of 9 coins in your pocket. The pocket unfortunately has a hole in it, and 2 coins drop out of my pocket. And we want to give a probability distribution for the total value of the coin. So let's figure out. That's one of the things you're actually given in questions 1 and 2. You're given what's called a probability distribution. But let's talk about what that is. All a probability distribution is we could have write it like this. X stands for all the possible outcomes, and the probability of X is the probability of those outcomes. Okay? So what we're trying to figure out is the value of the 2 coins that drop out. So let's think about what those options would be. So our first option would be 2 pennies. Would you agree? Let's just write down all the different possible combinations of the 2 coins that could fall out of my pocket. So I could have 2 pennies fall out. I could have 1 penny and 1 nickel. Would you agree? I could have a penny and a dime. What other possible combinations of 2 coins could I have? I could have a dime and a nickel. Anything else? 2 dimes or 2 nickels. Okay. So now the order of these is going to matter. So we'll deal with that in a minute. But for now, let's just talk about the value of the coins. Okay? So the value of the coins for 2 pennies is how many cents? 2 cents, okay? Let's put 0.02. We'll figure out the probability of that in a couple of minutes, okay? Let's actually make it a little bit bigger just because I want to have room to draw in the Alright, so what else do I have? So I've done that one. 1 penny and 1 nickel would be how many cents? 6 cents. Okay, so 0.06. The next one is going to be a penny and a dime, which is 11 cents. And then I have a dime and a nickel, which is 15 cents. And then I have 2 dimes and 2 nickels. So we have 20 cents and then 10 cents. Of course, we should have gone in order, but I didn't. That's okay. Does it bother you that it's out of order? It kind of bothers me a little bit. A little OCD about that. I need to go up, right? I'll live. Okay? Alright, so are there any questions about where those numbers came from? It's just a possible combination of the value of the 2 coins that dropped out of your pocket. That's all it is. Those are all the possible situations. And that's what goes across the top. Okay? That's the possible X value. Now, in a probability distribution, now you're going to find the probabilities of each of those occurring. And on questions 1 and 2, on your homework, they give you those, I think. I think they give you this entire chart. And it asks you to find the expected value. So let's go ahead and find those probabilities, and then we'll find the expected value, and that'll help you with the homework, okay? So let's figure out the probability of getting 2 cents to drop out of your pocket. So I have 9 coins total, and 2 of them drop out. At the first chance, I have 9 coins in my pocket, and then when 1 drops out, how many coins do I still have left? 8. So does it make sense that my denominator decreases by 1? So how many pennies, now I'm talking about 2 cents, which is 2 pennies, right? So how many pennies do I have initially? 4. And if I know that if it's 2 cents, it's 2 pennies, so I know now I have 3 left. And so I'm just going to multiply those to get a probability. Okay? And we'll come back and we'll do all the multiplication in a minute. What's it like? I had 4 out of 9, total of 9 points. I had 4 pennies to start with. So 4 out of 9 chance the first one dropped out was a penny. The second one dropped out was also a penny. Therefore, 1 was the first one. It's 3 pennies left in my pocket. I think it just is a card. With a recording. Now let's talk about 6 cents. You have to be careful about 6 cents because I could have a penny and a penny and a nickel, or I could have a nickel and a penny. The order matters, doesn't it? Okay? So let's start with okay, if I know I'm going to do that, penny, nickel, nickel, penny. Does that make sense what I'm doing? Okay, no, it doesn't. Okay. So I know I'm going to go 9, 8 in each of those cases because I start off with 9 coins and then 1 falls out and I have 8 coins left. If I'm going to go penny, nickel first, how many pennies do I have? How many nickels do I have? And it didn't decrease by 1. Those are different kinds of coins. I still have 2 nickels in my pocket. If I go the other direction, wouldn't it be 2 nickels and 4 pennies? It's just that the number denominator change. So that's your nickel-penny combination.
For your nickel penny, can you start like from the top
I did. At the bottom. The bottom is the total number of coins.
No, I'm talking about
Oh, you didn't put these in different order?
yeah.
That's fine. No, you put this up here, this down here. That's fine. I happened to go penny nickel, then I went nickel penny. Okay? Let's do our 11 cents now. Our 11 cents was a penny and a dime. Again, don't I have to do those? This would be a penny and a dime, or then a dime and a penny. Do you agree? You have the same kind of situation going on here. I'll make these a little bit longer. You can kind of visualize that that's going to happen. And again, we start off with 9 coins, then we move to 8 coins. In each case, now we're going penny dime. We have penny, dime. Or we can go dime, penny. We okay so far? We're going to go to 15 cents. Again, 15 cents is a dime and a nickel. What kinds of coins we can visualize that's what's happening. Again, you start off with 9 coins and you end up with 8 coins. 15 cents is dime, nickel. So if we go dime, then nickel, we could also go nickel, then dime. Doing okay? Nice talk to you. The last 2, I don't have to worry about the order. Why not? Because it's the same, right? They're either both nickels or they're both dimes, right? So it's kind of like the first one. So again, I have 9 coins, 8 coins. Sorry, this is so lost it, right? So we have 9 coins, 8. So I have dimes for 20 cents. Both of them are dimes. So I have 3 dimes, and then I go down to 2 dimes. And over here, 10 cents are both nickels. So I would have 2 nickels, and then I would have 1 nickel. Go ahead and give me the decimal. Let's round to 3 decimal places and give me the decimal for each of those probabilities. And let's see what we add to come up with. Okay, so we're going to equal, and we're going to come up with the decimal for each of those. Let's do that. The first one. We'll get to that eventually, okay? On your homework, it asks for expected value, I believe, on questions 1 and 2. So what is meant by expected value? The expected value is the same thing as the mean, which is simply just each outcome times its probability, summed with every outcome times its probability. Okay, so it's the sum of each of those things. So in other words, in this case, the probability, the expected value is written this way, capital B, what does that mean? Expected value is the same thing as the sum, as the mean, mu, remember that. It's simply going to be 0.02 times, I'm going to write the fraction just a little easier to see. You can write 0.167 and 35. Plus the next outcome, 0.06 times 2/9. Plus, and we just keep going. And that's all there is to it. 0.11 times 1/3. Plus 0.15 times 1/6, and so forth and so on. Now there is a shortcut. I don't know if you're interested in learning about a shortcut. Anybody interested in learning about a shortcut? No? Okay. I want you to be able to show this work, and then I can show you the quick way to get it. If you're interested. You're not? Go through it. No, we're interested. 0.2 repeating is 2/9. You could have just put, rather than 2/9 here, you could have put 0.2 repeating. I just wrote fractions rather than rounded decimals. 0.16 repeating, or 0.166 repeating is 1/6. These two are the same thing. These two are going as exact answers rather than decimals. So that was the you could have put decimals instead of both of them. I just wrote the fraction. Good now? All right. So let me show you the quick way. I'm going to put it on the calculator in case anyone's not here and they want to be able to see what to do. So, in your calculator, if you go, you can, and I'm going to sit back here and type it in because it's a little easier for me to see. If you typed, you go ahead and go to Stat, Edit. And in List 1, you type all the X values. So if I type in 0.02, 0.06, 0.11, 0.15, 0.2, what are my other ones here? Move it. 0.2 and 0.1, right? And then I go to list 2 and I type in the probabilities of each of those. So I type in 1 divided by 6. I type in 2 divided by 9. I type in 1 divided by 3. I'm just typing in the probabilities of each of those occurring, okay? You with me so far? Charles, would you turn the lights out so we can see my calculator up on the smartboard? That looks a little better. So all I did was type in the outcomes in list 1. That's where my X values went, all the possibilities. And in list 2 was all of the probabilities of those outcomes. Now if you just want to find that, since the expected value is the same thing as the mean, if I just go to Stat, Calc, one variable statistics, I just want the mean. And I type in my frequency list as L2 because I'm using those as the frequencies, and I go to calculate. The mean is 0.0973. So the expected value of the 2 coins to fall out of my pocket is approximately 9.7 cents. Now, expected value or mean is never going to be an exact answer. You're not going to say the expected value is 10 cents. you would say 0.09 cents, okay? Again, you would get that same exact answer if I went ahead and multiplied 0.02 times 1/6 plus 0.06 times 2/9, etc. I'm just trying to show you a quicker way to get the answer. Okay? So go back. So we're going to stack and edit. In list 1 is all of the x values in my probability distribution. In list 2 was all of the probabilities of all of those. And then I just went to stack out one variable statistic, and my list was still list 1, but the frequency list was list 2, and that's where I put my probabilities. And then the first number that I get is the mean or the expected value. Okay? That should help you with problems 1 and 2 on the homework. All right? That's all I wanted to really talk to you guys about today. So make sure you pass along that information. By the way, we've answered now the questions on number 6. You can find the mean and standard deviation. What's the mean? The mean is